So I've had a good life. I like the balance of kind of freelancing, if you will. I'm out there when people need my services. I'm happy to give them, and then when I'm not needed for that, then I can do artwork. So I have dabbled in all kinds of art pretty much my whole life, and in recent years have been a stone carver, which has been great fun. I generally work outdoors because it makes a big dusty mess. So I'm a bird lover, so I mostly have carved birds. I don't have much to show for it. I have a few I could show you, but most of them I've sold or given away. But it's been a great pastime of mine to do that. For the past 3.5 years, I have mostly felt pretty good. I have side effects from the chemo that I've been on, and I've had 2 major surgeries, so those are difficult to deal with. But for the most part, I have felt pretty well. And problem is now I'm running out of chemo options. They try one thing, and then when that stops working, they try another thing. But I'm now at the end of the line of options, and the cancer keeps spreading. So now I have it in my liver and in my lungs, and maybe on my pancreas, and maybe on my kidneys, and in many lymph glands, including ones that you can see. So, the situation gets worse, even though I still look and feel pretty well. I've had great fun carving stone, and now it's harder to do that. I've lost a lot of my upper body strength being on chemo. I often have hand and foot issues from the chemo, so it's been harder to do the stone carving in recent years, but I still dabble with drawing and watercolor painting and things that are easy to get out and work with for a short time and then put away without too much effort. So I still enjoy artwork. I'm not sure there's one turning point. It seems like throughout this 3.5 years that I've had cancer, it's more like you're constantly being brought to an edge and then coming back. I mean, you go through these phases of it seeming really dire. It is really dire. You have surgeries or you have challenges with the chemotherapy. So, there's always this getting worse, and then you recover from that and you go back to it being better. So it's kind of this constant challenge that keeps coming up every time one chemotherapy stops working and you're offered another option. I'm constantly struggling with, do I do it or do I don't? I mean, really the bravest thing I know is to say that's enough treatment. I'm not ready to go yet, and it seems worth it to keep trying, but it's a constant struggle, and I'm always 50-50. I'm facing that right now, where the IV drugs that I'm taking are starting to not work anymore. There's one more oral drug that I can take, but the side effects can be pretty bad on the digestive system, and that's where I'm already vulnerable. So again, I'm at that 50-50. Should I do it? Should I just say no? Really, I think the brave thing is when you know when to say when. When is enough? Yeah. And I'm probably approaching that point pretty soon when I'm going to have to say that's enough. But to me, I don't believe that God needs me to suffer to the very end. That's not part of what I believe. I feel very fortunate, and the slideshow of my life is very pleasant to look at. And my only regret really is that I'm not ready for it to be over. I want the slideshow to continue, and I'm working at that. I do like to think that I'm sparing them something. If I had the option of taking the drug, that it would spare them something, because they're going to live with these memories the rest of their days. The way my death goes is going to affect them forever. I mean, they won't forget that. So, to make it kinder and gentler is the way I like to think of it. To make it easier and shorter and less traumatic. I mean, I think that would be a gift to all of us. And if people don't like that, they can look away and make their own choice when the time comes.